Hi, welcome to a Vinyasa practice. My name is Kaylee. When you're ready, you can meet me in a seat. We're going to practice a little bit more mindful movement today. I woke up having just a little bit of a twinge in one of my feet. And so one of my goals in this practice especially is to really practice what I teach, which is to listen to your body, to respect your body, to take the sensation that your body is providing you with as information and maybe make little adjustments to how you're moving, how you're practicing. So go ahead and meet me in a seat. I always need to kind of wiggle around and shift around. If you're kind of a fidgety person, you might join me in that. And then eventually let yourself find a spot where you can still the body and just notice the movement of your breath. Notice all of the parts of your body that move as you breathe. The belly filling, the rib cage expanding as you fill your lungs up. And on the exhales, your shoulders relaxing away from the ears, maybe your hips getting a little bit heavier. Just following a couple more rounds of breath, noticing the parts of your body that move as you breathe. And one more long breath in from the tailbone, filling all the way up to the crown of the head. Pause at the top of that inhale, and then see if you can sip in just a little bit more breath. Open mouth, exhale. Blink your eyes open and switch out the crisscross of your ankles here. Root down through your sit bones, reach your arms up, turn your pinky fingers slightly inward, and then see if you can lengthen out through the edges of the underarms and really through the back sides of your ribs. So I'm opening up through kind of the serratus area. There's this muscle that moves along the sides of the ribs, supporting the shoulders. Take another deep breath in. Then start to reach the arms forward, turning the palms to face down. Pause here, lift your chest gently, broaden your collarbones as you inhale. And then go ahead and relax the chest down on your exhales. Stay here breathing as you press your sit bones and your hip creases backward. So you're really anchoring back through the thighs. Maybe pressing the knees gently down as you reach the crown of the head away from your breastbone. Now lift the chest, keep the hands on the ground, but then the elbows as you inhale, really bending the elbows a bunch. Maybe you find almost a hint of a cow stretch here, lifting your chin up. And then we're gonna exhale, reach the arms forward, flat back, gaze toward your fingertips. I'm realizing when I set up my camera today, I might be off the screen. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend the elbows, lift the chin, pulling the hands back toward you. And then exhale, reach the fingers long, gaze toward your thumbs. 1 more time, inhale, heart lifts, keep the hips heavy. And then exhale, reach forward, spread your fingers out wide here. Turn your pinky fingers downward so the thumbs point up. And then imagine that you're pulling, like if you could pull the floor toward you, if you could ripple the floor toward you, drag the hands in and up. Once you've dragged the hands all the way in, let's sweep the arms up overhead. Take a big breath in. And then release the right hand down. Start to stretch open through the side body. Keep anchoring down through your left sit point. Really opening up through the left side body. Maybe you feel the shoulders melting closer toward each other behind you. And take the eyes up toward your top fingers. Take a long breath in. We're going to sweep the left arm forward in front of you and then all the way over to the side. Right arm circles up and over. Stretching open through the side body. Really breathing to connect with the sensation of those tissues in the right side body as they lengthen and open. Let the left ear dangle. 1 more big breath in. We go side to side 2 times in each direction. Exhale, circle the right arm all the way forward and around. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, circle it forward and around. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, circle it forward and around. Last time on this side, breathing in and open. Exhale, sweep it down and around. Inhale, up and open. And then bring the hands to the knees. Round your spine, find your cat back. Tuck the chin toward the chest. Maybe you even send your sit bones slightly forward or far forward, pulling your belly button in toward your lower back. And then slide the heels of the hands up toward the hip creases. Bend the elbows deeply behind you. Hug the shoulders together. Lift your chin, finding a cow stretch. 2 more times. Round the spine, curling in. Exhale all of the breath. Draw your belly button in and up. And then inhale, cow. Slide the hands back. Lift the chin. 1 more. Round the spine as you empty the breath broad through your collarbones. And then pull the hands back. Lift the chin up. Awesome. Let's meet in a tabletop position. Spread your fingers out wide, bringing the wrists underneath your shoulders. And let's actually bring the knees and the feet all the way together. We're just going to shift the hips side to side here. Maybe you shift your shoulders slightly forward. And I'm going to see if I can bring some awareness into the sides and the front of my waist. So I'm gently hugging in through the abdominal wall to find space in the low back. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Sometimes this practice kind of sneaks up on me, like, oh, it's just nice and easy, smooth, here we go. And then all of a sudden, whoo, I feel like I'm a little out of breath. Go ahead and pause in the center. Separate your knees to about hips distance apart. Bring your big toes to touch. And then press your hips back towards your heels. Look forward for a moment as you walk the arms and the hands forward in child's pose. And then we're going to recreate what we did earlier in that upright position. Turn the palms to face up. The thumbs are pointing upwards slightly. Pinky finger side of the hand is reaching forward and down. So you're really feeling into the sides of the body, back into the lats here. Perhaps you allow the forehead to drop down at this point. And breathe into your stretch. Pull your hip creases back. Reach the pinky fingers forward. Create some ease in the sides of the neck. 1 more nice long breath in. Go ahead and open your mouth right where you are. Look forward, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes. And then hover your knees up off of the mat for 3, for 2, for 1. Downward facing dog. Lift the knees, lift the hips. Maybe you adjust your stance a bit after that. Shift forward for your high push-up position. Breathe in. And then as you shift back to downward facing dog, keep the left heel lifted. Drive your right heel down. The left knee is going to bend a ton. Shift forward back to high push-up. Ripple the shoulders forward over the wrists. Breathe in. And then down dog, pedal the left heel down, bend the right knee in toward your chest. 2 more times. Inhale, shift forward. Keep the shoulder blades broad away from each other. And then exhale, down dog with a bend in the left knee. Press your chest toward your thighs. Ripple forward, breathing in. Press it back, bend the right knee, drive the left heel down. Shift forward, pause when you get into your high push-up position. Maybe you walk the feet a little bit farther back behind you. And then let's drop the knees down for a kneeling plank. Lift the feet or keep the feet down. We're going to bend the elbows straight back as you lower up to halfway, no more than halfway down. Feel the shoulder blades hug together. Feel a little stretch across the chest. Breathe in. As you exhale, straighten the elbows. Imagine pulling your thumbs toward one another. 2 more like that. Inhale, shift forward, bend the elbows. Exhale, push the earth away. Imagine pulling the thumbs to touch. 1 more time. Breathe in, elbows go back, heart goes forward, and then exhale back into that plank. Stay here or lift your knees off the mat. I'm opting to keep mine down today. But we're going to shift forward and slowly lower all the way down to your chest and your belly. Wide arm cobra. Walk your fingers off of your yoga mat. Tent your fingers. Come onto the tops of the feet. And then lift your chest, lift your head as you hug the elbows and shoulders together behind you. Press into the tops of the thighs, maybe the pubic bone. Big long inhale. We're going to look toward the right side of the space. Exhale and shrug your left shoulder and maybe your left temple down toward the center top of your mat. Come back into that wide cobra. Inhale. And then switch sides as you exhale, really warming up through the shoulders and hands. Wide cobra, big breath in. Slowly lower all the way down. Bring your hands underneath your underarms. Tuck your toes under. You can lift the knees or you can keep them grounded. We take a big inhale to prepare and then flat back, high push-up on your exhale. Pause, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Let's clear that out. Nice big inhale through your nose. Any sound you need to make, open your mouth, let it go. Look forward, lift your heels, and then walk your feet to the top of the mat. Right into your halfway stretch. Fingers can brush the shins as you breathe in. Catch your calves, let your head drop on your exhale. Take your time to slowly unroll. I'm gonna let the arms dangle and stack bone by bone of my vertebra, bone by bone of my rib cage. Once I'm up, reach the arms up toward the ceiling or the sky. Long inhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Let your eyes close down. Anything that you need for your practice. And call it to mind. Plant it like a seed here in your heart. For me today, I'm working with this affirmation. Take it or leave it, right? That I love and respect myself. And my practice is a reflection of that love and respect. So if that serves you, once more, that affirmation or that mantra, I love and respect myself. My practice is a reflection of that love and self-respect. Whatever it is that you're asking for or needing from your time on your mat, maybe you're unclear about that, and so it's just a space to connect with your breath. That's beautiful. Big Ujjayi inhale through your nose, fill your lungs all the way up. Open mouth exhale, just offering that intention outward. Blink your eyes open, reach your arms upward on the inhale. And then bow forward. It's a nice long exhale, taking us into our forward fold. Let your head drop down. Halfway stretch, fingers to the shins as you inhale. Plant the hands, step back to your high push-up, lower up to halfway or all the way down to your belly on the exhale. Cobra or upward facing dog. Take a long inhale. We never want to rush this shape. We're really fueling the body up. And then abs in as you exhale, down dog. Push the ground away with your hands. One deep breath right where you landed. Exhale all of the air. Look forward on empty lungs. Step or lightly hop your feet forward. We find our halfway stretch. Breathe in. Chest to thighs. Exhale. Rise all the way up. Fingers reach. Heels press down. Breathe in. And then hands to the heart or arms to your side as you exhale, resetting. 2 more rounds of Surya A. Reach up on the inhale. Bow forward, long exhale. Halfway stretch, breathing in. Plant the hands, high plank to low plank or all the way to your belly. One slow, steady breath out. Inhale up or cobra. And the exhale takes you to downward facing dog. Pause for 1 round of breath. Exhaling completely before you step, walk, or float your hands to the top. Float your feet to your hands, rather. 1 more round on your own, breathing as you move through a final round of Surya Namaskar A. Feel free to add anything in that you need to finish up this warm-up. Maybe we're just adding in that layering of intention, moving in a way that reflects the intention that you set, whether it's self-love and self-respect or something else. And the next time you get into downward facing dog, we'll bring the big toes together toward the back of the mat. So it's almost like you're in a tripod down dog. And then extend the right leg behind you. Put a big bend into your right knee as you open through your hips. Hug your right heel toward your sacrum. And then instead of circling anything right now, we're going to shift that right knee more to the right. So that right heel comes slightly forward as well, most likely. and then shift that right knee more to the left. So it's a little shift, right knee comes to the right knee goes to the left. I'm trying to keep my shin and my thigh kind of at the same level away from the ground. Breathing as I move and massaging that right hip socket. And then go ahead and release into whatever kind of movement you want with that right leg. We'll meet in a three-legged inhale. Maybe point the toes today. As you exhale, step your right foot forward, finding warrior one. Anchoring down to the knife edge of your back foot. Use your feet to steer your hips forward. Hips do not need to get square in this shape, but the energy is moving the hips, so that especially that left hip forward as you pull the right sit bone back. Stay here or bring your palms together over your head and bring your eyes toward your thumbs. Take a long inhale where you are. And then we're gonna find warrior two to the back of the mat. So pivot the toes around. Maybe you take up a little bit more space between your feet. And open the arms up nice and wide in warrior two. Turn your palms to face forward. And then see if you can draw the floating ribs. These ribs, keep them nice and tucked. We're gonna pulse the arms back without moving the ribs. So it's just the shoulder blades here that we're squeezing together for 3. Long through the sides of the neck, 2 and 1. Palms down, gaze over your left thumb. Let's interlace the hands at the lower back. Maybe the left thumb is on the outside since that left knee is forward. We're gonna turn this into its own shape. So tug the knuckles gently down, lift the chest, lift the chin. You can see I straightened out that back knee. Stay here as you firm up your legs, maybe lift onto your back heel, or shouldn't say back heel at this point, lift onto your left heel. Lift the chin, lift the chest. This is a big inhale. It's a heart opening shape. And then we find humble warrior, rebending the knee, letting the chest drop down, easing into it, sliding your left shoulder to the inside of your left thigh. Let the head be heavy. Maybe you move the chin side to side, relax through the neck and jaw. From our dragonfly, or from our humble warrior, oh goodness, we're gonna take it into a dragonfly twist. Guess what's coming next, right? Right hand down, spin that right heel up, and then sweep the left arm up and open. Let your hips get heavier and your heart get a little lighter as you hug the thighs together. Every inhale creates some space across your chest. Nice full breath in. We sweep the hands back to the top of the mat, pivot the toes forward, drop your left knee down, and then reach your arms up, bringing your legs to like a 90-90 angle here. So my left knee is directly underneath my hips. I'm gonna take a big breath in right here. As I exhale, I'm gonna bend the elbows to the sides of my body and then press my feet down, straightening out both legs in a split squat stance. We're gonna hover the back knee, reach the arms back up, big breath in, hover the back knee. Split stance, cactus the elbows as you breathe out. One more, inhale, hover the knee, reach up. Exhale, split stance, hug the thighs together, cactus the elbows. Hover the knee, reach up, and then slowly set that knee all the way down. Untuck the back toes. Hanumanasana, you can sweep the arms back into wings, or you might crawl the fingers forward. Steady your eyes toward your right big toe, and just feel your breath. The inhales, maybe you lift up a little bit. And the exhales, perhaps you close the gap a bit between your thighs and your chest. 2 more rounds of breath. Last round. Look forward, start to walk the hands forward. We're gonna bring the hands inside of that right foot. Heel toe your right foot a little bit more out to the right as you find your lizard lunge. Lengthening back through that left leg. You can keep the palms down, keep pulling the heart forward. It might also feel good to turn your right toes out to the right and even come onto the knife edge of your right foot. That feels okay in the knee and the hip. Likewise, it may feel good to walk down onto your forearms, your elbows. And just notice, right, those layers of intention. What's the relationship with the body like right here and the sensations in it? What's the relationship with the breath like right here? Can you tap into that for support? Calming the mind and bringing that prana into the body. If you walked onto the forearms, come back onto the palms. Curl the back set of toes under, wiggle your right foot back toward like that midline position, and then lift the left knee off the mat. We're gonna keep the right knee bent, push the hands down, try and float your right foot off of the mat. And then without stepping the toes down, we're gonna kick that right leg back to a 3-point plank perhaps. You can drop the right toes anytime you want. Stay here or lift onto your left fingertips. Keep hugging the belly button in, stay here, or crawl the left fingers forward and maybe reach the left arm forward for 3, for 2, 1, hand down, toes down, lower all the way to your belly. Interlace the hands at the lower back, press into the tops of the feet and the fronts of the thighs as you lift up into a variation of a locust here. Keep anchoring down into the tops of the feet. Tiny tuck of the tailbone here. Heart is open, collarbones are broad. Breathe in. And then child's pose, press your hips gently back toward your heels. Stay here, or you can play with that arm variation that we did coming onto the palms. 2 deep breaths. Tabletop position, inhale as you tuck your toes. Down dog, exhale as you lift. Bring your big toes close together at the back. Left leg lifts this time, bend your knees, stack your hips. And then I'm gonna try and keep my left leg really at the same level away from the ground as I move the knee side to side. Go ahead and do whatever you need to do here, if that's ankle circles or knee circles, and then we meet in 3-legged dog. Maybe you point the left toes. Big step forward, finding your warrior 1, anchoring down through your back foot. Settle your eyes to one spot on the horizon or upward and just feel your breath here. We slowly take it open into our warrior 2, pivoting around to the back of the space, opening up the arms wide. Little different this time. We're gonna bring the arms to, I'm actually gonna turn around. We're gonna bring the arms so that they're parallel, but not touching the chest here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and open my right arm out to the side, bring it back in, and lift my right arm over my head. The left arm goes out to the side, it comes back in, and lifts overhead. So I'm just gonna alternate side to side, trying to stabilize my shoulders here. I'm gonna turn it back around, keep playing with this movement. I mean, imagine that there's a wall, like behind you, actually closer than a wall could possibly be. So you're not going to like this yanked end range of motion. Maybe you pause and just feel as if you're isometrically pushing the back of your fist into an imaginary boundary there. One more on each side, finishing up with that left arm, and then warrior 2. Set your eyes over your right thumb, relax your brow and breathe. We interlace at the lower back, right pinky can be on the outside if you're using that. To keep alternating, lift the chest, lift the chin, maybe you straighten the right knee, maybe you lift onto the right heel. Big inhale, heart is open. And then ease yourself down into humble warrior as you exhale. Set the eyes to one spot, back between the thighs. 3 deep breaths. And we turn it into our dragonfly twist, bringing that left hand underneath the left shoulder. Spin the left heel up, reach your right arm up, and then get really long and strong in that back leg. Push your heel away from you as you lift the back of your back knee so that Left kneecap, the muscles behind it are lifting. Send all that length into your spine as you breathe and create even more length in the spine. And then sweep the hands to the top of the mat as you exhale, dropping the back knee down for that 90-90 lunge. Reaching the arms up and pressing down with your left foot and energetically back. Vice versa with your right knee, down and energetically forward. All right, we goalpost our arms, long side neck, tuck the back toes under. And then we're gonna find that split stance variation, straightening the legs, hugging the thighs together, lifting the navel in for some support. We're gonna hover the back knee, reach up, big breath in. Straighten the legs, bend the elbows as you breathe out. Inhale up. And exhale, bend the elbows. Hover, reach, and then slowly lower the knee all the way down. Hanumanasana, 3 deep breaths. Maybe you close your eyes to really drop into what you're feeling here. Last round of breath. Can you soften the jaw and the brow? Look forward. Rebend the front knee. We're setting up for our lizard lunge. Left hand comes inside of that left foot. And wiggle the right leg and right knee back. You can stay on the palms. See if you can broaden out the collarbones. Draw the navel in. Stay here or come down onto the elbows, forearms. Option to turn the left toes out to the left and maybe even slide on to the knife edge of the left foot. Just noticing the sensation in your hip and your knee. If you worked your way onto your forearms, we come back to the palms. Turn the left toes forward, left knee forward, tuck the right toes under, push the earth away as you lift the right knee. And then see if you can lift the left foot, keeping the knee bent. And then you stretch that left leg back, finding that 3-point plank. Stay here or tent your right fingers. Stay there or reach, right arm forward for 3. Ujjayi breath here for sure. 2. Hand and toe down, lower all the way to your belly. This time you're gonna bring your hands behind your head. Your nose and your forehead are down. Keep the hips down, keep the tops of the feet down, lift your elbows. Keep the forehead down for a moment, lift the elbows, press the back of the head into the hands, and then lift the head, but keep your gaze downward. Imagine that you're using the heels of your hands to lengthen your skull away from the back of your neck. Stay here or bring your arms into a W or a goalpost position. If you've got your arms in that position, make a fist, but release your thumbs. So thumbs up, hug the shoulder blades together. Great, from here we take a breath in, slowly lower in this position on your breath out. We're gonna lift it right back up and then wing the arms by the side. Back to W. This time, reach the arms forward, thumbs point up, so Y. We inhale W, it's not lifting high, it's shoulder blades squeezing. And then exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, W. Exhale, Y, the arms forward, thumbs up. 2 more, inhale, W. Exhale to airplane. Inhale, W. Exhale, Y, the arms, thumbs up. W. Airplane. W. Thumbs up into that Y. Stay here, but bring the arms a little closer together so it's more like an I shape. Wrists are away from your shoulders. Keep the right arm up, bring the left hand down, and then float that left leg up. Switch. Bring your right hand down, lift the left arm, float the right leg up, and switch. So it's called a swimmer here. I'm not focusing on lifting my head up super high here, but rather integrating as I alternate opposite arm and opposite leg. Think about lengthening your ankle farther away from your low back, reaching your wrist farther forward from your shoulder without shrugging your shoulder up into your ear for 3 and 3, 2 and 2, last 1 and 1, and then lower down, make a little pillow for your forehead by stacking your hands. Separate your legs a little wider, wiggle your hips side to side, let go of any clenching in the glutes. All right, stay as long as you need in some rest and recovery here. We're gonna put that sequence together and add on. We'll start at the top of the mat. When you're ready, work your way to a tabletop or a down dog, and then let's just fuss-free step or walk the feet to the top. Right into Utkatasana, reaching the arms forward and upward as you send your hips back. Gaze down toward your toes. See if you can see your toes by sending your knees back a little more. Big breath in. We find a lightning chair. Wing the arms by the side. Stay here or lift up onto the balls of the feet here. If you lift up onto the balls of the feet, the inner ankles are energetically moving toward each other. Same thing with the inner thighs. Option to stay on the tiptoes if you're there as you reach all the way up. Straighten the knees, open through your hips, big breath in. And then heels down, hands to the heart as you exhale. Bend the knees, reach your fingertips down toward your mat and find chair on an inhale. We take our prayer twist to the right. We're not here for a ton of time today, but really work on that dynamic tension between the left upper arm and the right outer thigh, pushing those 2 points into one another. We're gonna come right back into chair, big breath in to find center, and then twist it to your left. Reach the crown of the head away from your breastbone. So instead of hunching in here, see if you can lengthen. The next inhale takes you back into chair. Lightening on the exhale, option to lift your heels, hug the thighs together. We stand all the way up, hook your thumbs over your head, bend your elbows, find a little back bend. And then bow forward this time as you exhale. Fingers to shins, half lift on the in-breath. Vinyasa will meet in downward facing dog. You can always step straight into a down dog. You might take a tabletop and a cow to substitute for chaturanga and up. From down dog, the right leg will lift, big breath in. Step forward as you exhale. We find our Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, reach up. And then back of the mat, exhale, warrior 2. Interlace the hands at the low back. Maybe the left pinky is on the outside. Breathe in. And then humble warrior, long breath out. We take it right into dragonfly, nice long inhale. And then sweep it to the top of the mat as you exhale. Drop the back knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Hanumanasana just for the exhale, so maybe you don't get super deep into it. We come back to Anjaneyasana, breathe in. And then this time we're gonna take a prayer twist, hooking the left elbow outside of the right thigh. Once I've got that connection and I'm rooting down to the base of my right big toe and the knife edge of my right foot, then I wiggle the left toes back and lift the left knee up. Draw your navel away from your front thigh and then melt your right shoulder blade down your back. Big long inhale. Stay here, finishing up that exhale. We find star, spin it open and around. Take up a lot of space right here. Heels in, toes out. I'm gonna pull it down into a horse. Try and keep your shoulders level over your hips. Forearms come out in front. The right arm's gonna come up over, and then the right arm goes out to the side. Left arm goes up and out. So we go slow side to side. Imagine that there's an invisible boundary right behind the fist. Keep going side to side. I'm just gonna turn sideways so that you can see where that fist kind of stops for me. I'm focusing on stabilizing through my shoulder blade here. So helpful to have nice and strong rotator cuffs and really those shoulder blade muscles, especially if we want to keep doing chaturangas, but really for so many things in our life. One more, finishing up on the left side. And then we're gonna open back up into star, pivot the toes in, bow forward, find your prasarita, let your head get heavy, You've got an opportunity here if you want to play with a tripod headstand or a traditional headstand or a crow pose. Alternately, bring your hands to the outsides of your ankles and then bring your fingers, just maybe the peace fingers, underneath the heels here. Drive the heels back down as you pull the heels up with your hands. So I'm not actually going to have my heels leaving the mat beyond giving myself enough space for my peace fingers. But I'm imagining, right, that I'm pulling the heels up using the strength of my arms, but keep pushing the heels down. And those two actions are gonna help me drop deeper into my forward fold. Whatever version of a forward fold or an arm balance or inversion you took, we're gonna go ahead and release it. Step off of your fingers, bring your right hand right underneath your chest, and then that left arm's gonna open up. Hug the shoulders together, big long inhale. We sweep the hands to the top of the mat, shift the weight into your right foot, and we're gonna find our airplane pose, pressing the earth away. In airplane today, we're gonna play with really focusing on leveling the hips, so bring your hands to your hips. It's real common to have that left hip wanna pop up. Use your left hand to feel that left hip level out with the right. Flex your left foot, bend your knee, bring your heel in toward your butt, and then kick it back, belly button in toward your low back. Try that a couple times. Bend the knee, and then push it back, stretching back through your heel. So really using that little bent moment to level off the hips and the pelvis. And then once you find your version of your airplane, wing the arms by your side. Keep rooting down into the right foot. We're gonna find our single-legged mountain. Reach the arms up. Bring that knee nice and close to the chest. Circle through your left ankle or point and flex your left foot. If you're circling, switch direction. Nice long inhale. And then eagle pose. Left leg over, left arm under. Reaching your hands for your opposite shoulders is a great variation of the eagle arms. And really, even if you have eagle arms, you can try that. Crawl your fingers a little closer together, see if you can get your elbows farther into that stack, and then take those eagle arms. So you'll find that you've got more length for that bind. From eagle, we're staying on this right foot just for one more shape. We're gonna unwind into dancer, catching the inside of the left foot. You can start by pointing that left kneecap down and tucking the tailbone just enough so that you feel the front of the left hip and thigh. Then try and keep the pelvis level as you start to kick into your left hand, reaching the right arm forward for dancer pose. We finish one more nice long inhale. And then wide stance at the top of the mat. Bring your feet far apart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Palms touch. Drive your knees out as you slowly pull it down into Malasana. Go ahead and shift your hips side to side. Maybe nod your chin side to side. Release any gripping in the low back. And we pause right in the center. We're gonna reach the arms forward, shoot your butt back, point the toes forward. We're in bear. Open up the palms. Big breath in. Come back into Malasana as you exhale. Back to bear, open the palms, but put the other hand on top, breathe in. Malasana as you breathe out, hands down. Take a breath in and then fold forward on that exhale. Halfway stretch, nice deep breath in. Maybe you jump to a low push-up or however you wanna flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, left leg lifts, breathe in. Step it forward, steady landing, warrior one, inhale. To the back, you find Vira two, finish the exhale. Interlace, take a breath in, this is the shape, yeah? And then humble warrior, ease your head all the way down. Dragonfly, breathe in. Sweep it to the top of the mat, drop the back knee down once you get there, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Hanuman, just for the exhales, remember maybe you don't go all the way as low. Back to Anjani, breathe in. And then set up that prayer twist. Slide your back foot back further and then lift that back knee up. Take a full breath, breathe into your belly. Stay there as you exhale. We go star on the inhale, no surprises. Horse on the exhale. Forearms stack, here we go. Left arm over, left arm out. Right arm over, right arm out. Keep going side to side. See if you can maybe get your hips a little lower as you keep driving your knees toward your toes. Imagine that invisible boundary for the back of your fist to push into. One more round. Finish on that right arm, and then we find star, big breath in. Prasarita, bow forward. This time we're taking it straight into that twist, reaching your right arm up, breathe in. And then pivot your toes to the top. We find our airplane pose. Take your time as you root down into the left foot. Hands to the hips. See if you can level off, especially that right hip. Flex your right foot, bring your knee in. It'll feel a lot easier to level your hips right here. Keep them level as you press back through your heel. Squeeze through the glutes. Play with that a couple times, or if you like just being in an airplane, if this is not serving you, you take your airplane pose, and we're gonna meet there actually right now. So land in your version of your airplane. Single-legged mountain, lift your knee, lift your arms. Circle through your right ankle or point and flex your right foot. Just really feeling all of the little nooks and crannies in that right ankle and foot. Big inhale, lift your thigh. And then right leg over, right arm under, reach your hands for your opposite shoulders. So oftentimes the elbows are kind of here. As I reach my hands for opposite shoulders and I crawl my fingers as close to my spine as I can get them, now my elbows are not only stacked, but they're actually even further apart in a way that is going to help me as I come into my eagle arms. Lift the elbows, lift the gaze, but keep sending your hips back and down. We unwind, finding dancer, catching the inside of that right foot, lifting up through the left arm. And then start to kick into your right hand as you reach forward with your left arm for counterbalance. Big breath in. Wide stance at the top of the mat. Sweep the arms up, fill the lungs up, palms together. Pull it down, slow into your malasana. Bear, shoot your butt back, reach your arms forward, breathe in. Malasana, steady breath out. Inhale, back to bear. Exhale, malasana, pause there, big breath in. Fold forward as you empty. Halfway stretch, here we go, breathe in. Vinyasa, we meet in downward facing dog. We're gonna put that sequence together just one time through today. Heart lifts, hips back, look forward from down dog. Exhale all of your breath. Step or float your feet to the top. Chair pose, right into it on the inhale. Lightning option to lift the heels on the exhale. Rise it all the way up, big breath in. Bow forward, let it go. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Vinyasa, we get right back into a downward facing dog. Take your time, make the most of up dog or cobra if that's along the way for you here. Downward facing dog, then the right leg lifts, big inhale, maybe you point the toe. Step it forward as you exhale, be real deliberate. Warrior one, inhale, arms up. To the back of the mat as you exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Interlace, fill your lungs, lift your chin. Bow forward as you empty, easing your head down low. Dragonfly, breathe in. Sweep it to the top of the mat, drop your back knee, Anjaneyasana, in breath. Hanuman, just a nice right hamstring stretch for the out. Back to Anjani, breathe in. Right into your prayer twist on the breath out. You've lifted that back knee. Star on the in-breath. Horse pose on the out. Stack the forearms. Here we go. One arm and then the other. For 3. Big Ujjayi breaths. For 2. And 1, we find star, sweep it up, pivot the toes. Bow forward, let your head drop down. Back arm sweeps open for that twist, breathe in. And then pivot forward right into our airplane pose. Land on an in-breath. Steady yourself here for the exhale. Single-legged mountain, lift your left knee, lift your fingers, maybe look up. Eagle, wrap that left leg around. Full breath in. Full breath out. We find dancer. It's just a nice long inhale. And then wide stance at the top of the mat. Sweep the arms up. Maybe you lift your heels. We're going to open mouth, exhale, fold forward. 2 more. Inhale, rise it up. Open mouth, exhale. Once more, breathe in. Halfway stretch, nice long inhale. Last vinyasa, step or hop it back. Inhale, up. Exhale to down dog, left leg lifts, breathe in. Big step forward, last side, warrior 1, rise. To the back of the mat, warrior 2, open. Interlace, lungs fill. Bow forward, head drops. Dragonfly, inhale. To the top, drop the back knee on the exhale, lift the arms, Anjani. Hanuman, stretch back through the back of the left thigh. Anjaniasana, breathe in. Twist to your left, lift the back knee. We go star on the inhale. Horse on the exhale, last round. 1 arm over, 1 arm out. Other arm over and out. For 4. For 3, for 2, and 1, we find star, breathe in. Bow forward on the exhale, pick up the right arm, in breath. Sweep it to the top on the exhale, find your airplane pose. Inhale, stay with it on the exhale. Single-legged mountain, reach, reach, reach. Eagle, sink your hips nice and low. Unwind, you're in dancer pose. Take a big breath in. And then wide stance at the top. Reach the arms up. Interlace your fingers, but release just the index finger. Bring your heels slightly in and your toes slightly out. And then we're going to slowly lower to a count of 5 into Malasana. Lower 5. Drive your knees towards your toes. Pull your butt back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the arms forward. Start to tuck the tailbone under. Sit your butt down. Reach behind your thighs. Coming right into a Navasana. Lifting your heart. Stay here or let go of your legs, reaching your arms long. Broad through your collarbones. Shoulders are away from the ears and moving away from the spine. Low boat. Take a breath in. Right knee high boat on your breath out. Inhale, low boat. Left knee, high boat. Low boat, breathe in. Right side, breathe out. We alternate. Inhale, low. Exhale to the left. 1 more alternating. Inhale. Right knee on the exhale. Low boat, breathe in. Left knee, breathe out. Low boat. High boat, both legs. You can bend your knees or not. 2 more. Inhale, low. From your abdominals, exhale, high. Last time, breathe in, breathe out. Low boat, stay here or reach your arms up or over your head. Point your toes, flutter, kick your feet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, arms back over your head. Big breath in through your nose. Clear it out, open mouth, exhale. Bend your knees, arms to your side, get right into your back bend, bridge or wheel. We have 3 back bends. In bridge pose, press your knees away from you. Lift the hips toward the wall in front of you as you drive your chest toward your chin. We're going to slowly release. If you're in bridge, think about lengthening your spine. Point your sit bones toward your heels as you slowly lower down. Tick-tock the knees from side to side, breathing in. And breathing out. 2 more back bends, bridge pose or wheel. Those of you that want to play with wheel or have wheel, bring the palms to face down under the shoulders. Fingers point forward or slightly outward. And then just lift up onto the crown of the head. Check in there. We're going to slowly start to straighten out the elbows. Pausing when you feel your stretch and you can breathe into it. 5, 4, push the earth away. 3, 2, 1. Slowly and controlled, release it down. Take a recovery breath in and out. Last back bend, bridge or wheel. 5, 4, relax your face. 3, deepen your breath. 2, 1, slowly lower down. Once you land, find happy baby or Supta Baddha Konasana. Supta Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet come together and the knees part. Happy baby, we reach for either the big toes with the peace fingers or the knife edges of the feet. Come back to any intention that you might have set. Without judgment, this practice is not a practice of judgment, it's a practice of awareness. I'm just noticing how the body feels, how the mind feels. If you can tune into the sensation of your breath. We'll bring the knees together from either one of those positions. Hug the right knee into the chest as you let your left leg stretch out, and then do some tiny little circles with the right knee. Let's actually pass that right knee forward and backwards. So right knee to right hand to left hip, and then just right knee goes out and in a couple times. When you're ready, bring your right knee into your left hand and then guide it across your body for a twist. You can roll onto the outer edge of the left hip if that helps you find a little more space here. If there was an affirmation that you're working with, if you were working with mine, right? I love and respect myself. And I allow the practice to be a reflection of that love and self-respect. Just reaffirming those things to yourself as you bring that right knee back in. Left knee in, right leg long. Pass the left knee side to side. When you're ready, bring the left knee into the right hand, finding your twist. And sometimes these affirmations can be a little bit hard to get on board with for myself as well. It can feel a little cheesy or a little silly. And I just like to remember that when I really inspect my thoughts throughout the day, some of the habitual patterns of thinking are so deeply unkind and unhelpful that we maybe do need to go a little bit into like the cringe area with our affirmations to actually find balance. And you let that positivity in, whatever it is for you. It doesn't have to be the same words I use, but something that brings you a little ease, a little lightness, that unclenches not only your mind, but actually your muscles from that tension that we can get into when we're in this kind of perfectionistic, self-critical state of thinking. Back to the center. Hug either both of your knees into your chest really deeply or really gently. And then find Shavasana, some sort of resting shape. And try not to skip this part of the practice. It's our opportunity to really surrender, to let go, to release. Let go of any stress in your body, any stress in your mind as you allow your muscles to relax and everything to just calm down. Stay here, listen for my voice really shortly to end our practice. to your breath and any parts of your body that move as you begin to deepen your pattern of breathing. And start to invite some other intuitive movement in. Maybe you're circling ankles or wrists, or curling and spreading your fingers or your toes. Take your time to shift from your resting shape back to a seat when you get there, or along the way even. One last opportunity while we're together to just reaffirm that affirmation or remind yourself of any intention that you might have set. Let go of any judgment, to trust that just the simple act of moving and breathing with a little bit of intention is enough to start to shift some of the patterns. Start to give us a little more peace, a little bit more inner peace, a little bit more inner ease. Big cleansing inhale, release the arms down, and then inhale out to the side and all the way up overhead. Sip in as much breath as you can at the top. Let your shoulders shrug toward your ears. And then when you're ready, let it all go. Thank you for sharing some of your time, your energy, your yoga practice. Take good care of yourself. I hope to see you soon.